Okie dokie. Hello, Madonna, Mo, Sonia. Good to see you guys. We're going to do a Misty waterfall scene. Utilize a lot of, I'm going to try to utilize some of this green. We'll try to get some snowfall in it also. All right. I'll approach this a little differently. I might not use such broad brushes since this is only 12 by 15, 11 by 15 watercolor paper, double glued. All right. I used what colors I did have last night and put it on here, let it set and see what ideas come to mind. All right. Okie dokie then. Relatively simple scene. We try to make it a little atmospheric and all that good stuff. Then we're gonna get right to it. We look down here on the bottom right. We got our blue, brown, green, black, and white. That's about all we should need for this. Okay. All righty. Let's get to getting. What I am going to do is you guys can barely see it because I sketched it out in white. But we've got a couple boulders here. Got some boulders here that's going to come up from the water up into the falls. And boulders on the other side. Pretty simple composition concept there. Okay. Because I want to show off the snow, a lot of this will be silhouetted, or at least colored in black, and then we'll build up off of that. All right. I'll use a lot of water instead of the glycerin because I need for this to dry a bit. And we'll just pull some of this black out here and we'll start framing some of the surroundings here. All right, we'll start up on top here. Particularly, we'll start where the waterfall should be. We'll block it in a little bit. And there are two waterfalls. We'll put it up in there like that. And then we'll start to frame the rocks out a bit here. Make them a little jagged, a little separation there. I don't want to go too high because we're going to put some greenery in here. This should be all right. And we're going to fade, be stipple some of it. And we're going to put it up here on the sides here, more of a circular rock here. Hope everybody's Sunday was pretty peaceful, not eventful. Because I will stipple some of this in there to make it look kind of faded. All right. I have an idea here for the rocks, but for the iced up water, get a little bit of water here. Once again, we're kind of surrounded in black a little bit. So up in this area, you can use either a thin brush like this or a thin brush like this, or you can use a fan brush. That's what I'm trying to say. Get these feathering lines. Some come in a little further. I don't think we'll do it like that. All of this here is pretty dark. All in here. And it will slowly make sense as we start to add other bits and pieces into it here. Hello, Linda. Good to see you. We're going to do a very atmospheric, surreal little scene here, using very few colors. Black will have to, once again, be the, like the, something like a picture frame, more or less. We're going to come here, we're going to do the same thing, get our little stipples going, our striations going. And you might momentarily see me stop because I'm watching the Bills game, of course. I was born in Buffalo, so you already know who I'm rooting for. And, you know, they got a little reason to be a little aggressive today. You know, they're playing for their boy. And I can understand that. Any team would. Okay, and we're going to keep this fairly solid all up in here. Like I say, you'll get what I'm doing in a second. Bring some of this up here because we're going to round off the rocks. We're going to get the rocks covered in black, but you'll see how I do it. Okay, so we're pretty much we're getting there for the far at the bottom. The top we're fairly set. We're going to stipple some stuff up here. Once again, I'm going to use brushes conducive to the size of this surface I'm working on here. Well, you know, he's in great physical condition, and he's young, so that's pretty much on his side. Knowing that you can get hit correctly at a certain beat of time between your heartbeat, and it will just stop. So I'm really surprised in the history of this game that a lot more incidents like that hasn't happened. But it is a strange freak occurrence, you know. Really unfortunate, but it does wake people up to the dangers of this game. It is a very, very, very rough sport. You know, you got 250-pound men colliding into each other at full speed. It's, you know, it's not a game for the faint of heart, to be honest with you. Okay, we're gonna come up here, up top, with a fan brush. Dip into a little water, and we're gonna stipple. It's like greenery here, and it's just to break up that solid line there. All right, and I want it to be almost a hilly situation on both sides. So we'll do a little bit of this. I'm not going to go too far up with it because I want to showcase some of that green. Something like that. We're going to go on the other side to get a little bit more water. All I need is a small amount of water. Relatively thick paint we're working with. And we'll do it from here. And then we'll come into that black. Get a little patch there. We're going to fade that into our patches of green. So we're going to get some shrubbery and stuff going on in here also. Yeah, and that makes a lot of sense, Linda, because, you know, as you tackle, what are you using? You know, you're using that big helmet, you're using your neck and shoulders. But because you're buttoned like that, it goes all down your spine, all down your back, your hips, knees, and that's the injuries they have. You know, this is definitely a game for young people, you know, who can recover from all that. But then again, you know, you do like Strahan do. You retire at a reasonable age where, you know, you're young and strong enough to still have a second career and not walk around with a limp the rest of your life. Someone's doing the Immaculate Conception and missed. Good. It was the other team anyway. All right, the Patriots. This is, yeah, they're almost done here. They got about 9 minutes left, a little less than 9 minutes. And, you know, unless the Patriots can pull a couple of miracles, I don't see it happening. But we'll see. They tried. It bounced right off his helmet. I don't know. I don't think the Patriots are going to pull this one off, and they kind of need to. The Bills don't, but the Patriots do. All right, enough of that. Let's move on. We're going to get some greenery going. So we're going to work with this green we have here. OBKB. So let's use, I can probably still get away with using a fan brush for it. We use a slightly larger fan brush. I'll show it to you down here. All right. We're going to go into, we showcase the colors a little more. Let's go into this green. We'll put it right here beside the black. Okay. I'm looking at it. I got to see if, no. We'll touch it up with a little white so it can be shown a little bit more. All right. This pretty much may work. Yeah, that should work. Okay. We'll add our little bits of green. We'll start from around here. We'll stipple like this. Get a patch and you loosen it up a little bit. Come up into the black a bit. Get another patch. And you just, so we'll make it look kind of hilly. Okay. Bring it right into that green or that black. Come right up top. You get some more. It's going to look a little weird because you can't really follow a flow of anything because all I'm doing is basically putting these little stipples in here. So there's no real path to anything. You don't really see a path anywhere. It's just me making dots all over the place. For right now. Let's get a touch of green, we'll put it in there, lighten it up. The reason why I'm also using a lot of water instead of glycerin. Over here, if you notice, it's a lighter spot. We're going to utilize that too. Put a little elf magic in there. Once again, we'll put these little patches in there, which don't look like much right now, because you might not get it yet. As you get into doing stuff like this, I'm gonna stray away a little bit from this. We'll put a few of them in there, but not too many. Okay. Gathering in. Up top here. Very top. Not too many up here. We're going to do something different here. We'll keep it like that. All right. Fatima, hello. Greetings. I've seen some horrendous stuff in hockey. Horrendous. Just horrendous, nasty, just dangerous stuff done in hockey. Right here, we'll do something a little different. We're going to add a little touch of black in this light spot. We're going to put it like up around in here and be kind of careful. It's heavier on the corners, of course. Make it look like some sort of tree looking thing there. There's a reason for this. And we'll keep it just like that for this spot. You'll see why. Okay, let's let that, we need that to kind of get a little solid for a minute. All right, these guys here. Let's get, we do have a little bit of brown. We're gonna get us, let's try to get a flat brush of some sort here. Let's go into some brown. We'll put the brown right here. You guys can still see it. A little touch of black in that brown. A slight bit of white to gray it up a bit. Something like so. There we go. Okay. Let's get a touch of water. Loosen that up. We'll keep the 1/2-inch brush. Okay, over here on this side. Let's frame one rock right here. Like that. Nothing but to shadow it in a little bit. Block it in, not shadow, block it in. We're gonna have about 2 large boulders here. And I want to block them in. Now, keep in mind I am using a brush conducive to what I am painting, the painting surface is. And you have a little more control over it. So there's a little method to my madness in painting it this way today. More what the heck? Was that an interception? Jeez. The Bills I think that was an interception. I'm not really following it because I'm talking to you guys, but that seems like an interception. They'll do a replay. Anyway, I'm a little more, this is a little more traditional, is what I'm trying to say to you guys as I'm looking at the Bills play. A little more traditional. Once again, I'm using very few colors on purpose, but you don't need a billion colors to make an atmospheric drawing. A little more black. Let's bring it back to that previous deep grayish black color. Okay, a little more black than that because I'm using a little more paint because I know I have rocks on the other side to do. Yeah, I remember Gretzky. He's came to Utica a few times. Utica was once part of a franchise club that the pro team, his pro team, sponsored. So he was here a few times, interviews and whatnot. So he was here a few times. But it's weird, the kids nowadays really don't. They might know his name as in like historical figure, but they never seen him play. They've never seen him, they just never seen him do his thing. So their remembrance of him is a little different than yours. It's like your grandparents or your great-grandparents talking about Milton Berle or Ethel Merman or something like that, Once again, we're going to block these guys in. just like I said numerous times before, you start broad and then you work in the details. Okay. And, you know, every artist got their own little advice. You got less than 4 minutes left, and Buffalo's almost, no, there's no way they're coming back from this. But stranger things has happened. I didn't make enough of this paint, this particular color. But it's all right. We'll work with it. A little too light. Let's add some more black to that. There we go. That brings it right back to what I had before. All right. A little water. Not too much. And block it in there. Even though I'm blocking in the bottom where the black is, most of this rock will be black. Then again, it adds to the mood. Okay. And the shape of the rock up above lets me know where one rock or boulder starts and the other one begins. So as I'm doing this, we're going to go right back up to the top when I block these in. So you already have to have kind of a mental picture in your mind of what you want, and you think about how to go about it. Everybody's process is a little different of how they do things. All right. Now, the way I'm seated, Fatima, the TV is right there in the living room. So I'm looking, I'm right there looking at it. But I'm showing this to you guys, so if I was really that much of a sports hound, I got 2 cell phones. I can just pop the Bills game on over here if I was really that into it like that. Man, we've had all sorts of people come through Utica. Some are now infamous, but we've had them come through. They've interviewed James Brown, Dionne Warwick, B.B. King a few times. One of the Duran guys. O.J. Simpson's been here a few times. Well, he played for Buffalo, so this is before, that other debacle. We had all sorts of people come through here. Okay, so we have these guys blocked in. So what am I going to do here? Why am I, so riled up about all of this? Well, I want to keep this brush near me. I'll put it over here. Don't let that be an interception, please. Oh, wow, my goodness, almost. Anyway, we're going to put mist in this, okay? We're going to still stay clear of this, but we're going to put a little mist all in here, okay? Now, usually, I would have glycerin and we do what we do. I don't necessarily need to do that. The mist I'm going to use, I'm going to put it right here. Let's get a little slight touch of this gray and put it in that white. Okay. We're going to gray up the mist a little. We're going to kind of have to get it as off-white as you can. It will still very much appear white. Okay, because of the green and whatnot. We're going to start it in here. Very lightly. Very lightly. We're going to just pop it in here. In between all of this. It's fine if it's strong here in the middle. Don't worry about that. As the paint wears off the brush. Come through here. We're going to keep working it. And you get it to look all misty and whatnot. Off the Patriots ball. not like it matters much. A little touch of white. A little touch of that gray. I'm going to discolor that white very lightly. And this is wet on dry. You scumble all of this all in here. I'm going to slightly turn my brush because I know I got paint on the other side. Once again, this is more of a bravery test than anything. It doesn't make any sense yet. It will. It will. Come down in here. Come out here. I know I got a little bit left. There we go. I give it to the Patriots. They're really fighting. You know, you can't knock a team for trying. They're really trying. Will they catch up? No, but they're really putting up a fight, and that's, you know, what more can you ask for your team? So once again, this might not look like mist now, but wait and see. Wait and see. Remember, you're doing background stuff still, because there's going to be things in front of this, and I'm staying clear of that light spot. You'll see. You can kind of inch it kind of close there, okay, but no need. Put some of that mist in there in that black area too. And what I have left, if there's anything remotely left, nope. Get a little touch here, discolor it a little bit, and come out here in this corner. Circular motion, and you're just dry brushing this stuff all in here. Once again, it looks a little weird. 2 minutes, 34 seconds, fourth down. Wow, wow. Somebody called the timeout, don't know who. It was another interception, okay. Like I said, at this point in time, did they stop the clock? Yeah, they got a timeout somewhere. It kind of doesn't matter right now. Not at 2:35. Who's got the ball? Buffalo. Yeah, it was another interception. Not gonna matter. Okay, so we got this stuff straightened out. Got our little mist and whatnot going on in here. All good. You know, we're good. We can strengthen up a little bit. Let's take another fan brush. We'll strengthen up a little bit of the greenery. Just a little bit, because now we got a little bit of mist. So we got something to give this darker green something to kind of go with here. And so we'll just take a few bits of it and let's go with a natural darker green, because we got so much of that gray going on there. And we'll put just a few. Just a few bits in there, just to kind of remind us we do got foliage back here. And it's just the straight green. Not too much. Just enough to make it look grass-like still. And pop a few of those into the black area. Not see, just like that. We come on the other side and do the same thing. I'll hold the brush away so you guys can see. Just a few patches here and there. Put a few of them into the black. Turn my brush around. this truly matter? Yeah, it does. And you'll see why in a few minutes. All right, enough of that. Now they got Santa Claus eating a Wendy's Frosty. Yeah, it's time for me to concentrate on this now. Okay, let's go with a little touch of brown and, well, we'll use this gray we have right here. I'll just add more brown in it. We're going to come in here and just add a few little branches. Are you effing serious? For those of you who can't hear the whining, the dog has to go out, so she comes to me and whines and looks at me dead in my face. So that's what you hear. So you know what I have to do, because if not, I'll be using a mop in a few minutes. So I do have to take her out. But that's all right. You guys can talk amongst yourselves while I contemplate bringing her back to the pound. No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that to her today. And we're going, once again, we'll throw a couple of branches. Now, once again, what I'm doing here is accentuating a little bit of depth. Putting some of these fellas in there like that. All right, so now you know there's something in the distance there. Okay, I apologize. This is live. This is what happens. I do got to take her. So I shall return. Go get yourself something to eat, drink, be merry. Where is my break? There it is. All right, I'll be back. All right. Well, we'll just keep it at that. Oh, interception. Nice. At 2:56 in the game. 1st and 10. I wonder how that happened. He fumbled. All right, he fumbled the ball. I'm looking at the replay. What happened? Yep, got the ball out and he claimed it. Yep, he fumbled the ball. They got it. Son of a gun. Wait a minute. No. What is this? Yeah, Bengals. Yep. No. No, this is a different team altogether. This is somebody else. Buffalo Bills must have won. This is Cincinnati. Yeah, so the Bills must have won because I was out during the commercial. So the Bills got it. This is Bengals in Cincinnati. All right, the Bills won. Okay, anyway, we're back. Okay, so we got our distant trees back here. Thank you, Fatima. Okay, like I said, I was out. So, yeah, I kind of had a feeling the Bills were going to take it anyway, but still. All right. So, we got all of this underway. I really don't have to add any more to this. You'll see why in a bit. Okay. We got this pretty much faded out. That's going to be fine also. Let's take our water and block that in before we move on to anything else. Let's take a little bit of blue. I'll take the same browny gray here. We'll mix it in with a little bit of brown right here in this corner. Can you guys see that? Yeah, it's just the tip of it. You guys can see. All right, we'll use this. Get a touch of water, put it in there. And we'll block in where I want the waterfall, which is in here. I'm not really looking for it to be super light, but I don't want it to be green. So what we have here is fine. Now we got rocks up here, up to toward the top. So let's get a stitch of water with something to paint. Once again, I'm just filling in where the water should be. Now when you paint a waterfall, your land or rocks obviously have to be taller than the level of the water, or it's going to spill over into your rocks, right? Makes sense? Of course it does. And that's for any waterfall, no matter how small or how large the falls are. That's what makes a waterfall. And if you don't have that, then you have a spillway. All right. Once again, it's just blocking it in, no more, no less. All right, okay. Freaky deaky man, all right. Okay. I can start to mess with some rocks here, at least kind of shell them out a little bit, so we'll do that. We're going to take a much smaller brush. I'll take this little minuscule brush. This little fella right here. All right, that little guy right there. We'll just block in some rocks. Let's go with our little bit of brown. We'll put it right here with the rest of the goop. Take a little white, pop it in there. All right, something like that. Put it in there looking like this. A little touch of black, we'll darken it. We'll gray 'em out a little bit there. If you want to tone down a color, use black. If you want to lighten it up, obviously you use white. Okay, we'll just deepen it. All right, we'll just come here and we'll just fill out some rock shapes right in here, like this. And we'll pop one here, one around in here like this. Okay, put them in different shapes. Elongated shapes, have them touching each other a little bit, like that. And let's put a nice one right in here like this. Okay. And let's get one going across like that. We'll get little rubble things going on in a second or two, little tiny rocks like this. Just pop them in there. Little guys like that. Just put them in there. Down, all the way down to the bottom. It looks crazy. Yes, it does. Right to the water line. Bring them down there. Now, remember about, I was talking about silhouetting things in black. Well, we're going to continue that. We'll do it with probably these rocks, maybe. Or we'll do the side and wait till this dry up a little bit. Okay, so we have a few of these. And going about that way. All right. Doris is a Rays fan. Hey, Mary, how are you? Good to see you. Good to see you, Mary. What I'm doing, I'll reiterate, double glued watercolor paper 11 by 15. I think I'm gonna start doing much larger works after this. We're making a woodsy little scene. I'm using brushes conducive to the size of the canvas or the surface I'm working on. Basically, what we're doing. All right. Okay. So we've got our rock color, initial rock color. All right. Let's use a brush. And let's go into our black. And we're going to start to round off these rocks. To get them a little more mysterious, show off the roundness. All right. Let's get a general shape like this. And we'll come here to the side like this. And just like that. All right. And we're going to block all that in with dark right there, just like this. I know I've painted all these rocks, like all these boulders, and I'm coloring most of it in black, but there's a method to my madness. Hold on for a second, like that, all right? And this is a good way to show you the type of shading you can actually do and get away with. Let's go way up here, on there. Let's get a couple of little touches in here like that. Okay. And then we're going to come up around, and we're going to come here like this, come around like that. We're going to come around again, come around just like this, and then we're going to block all of that in. All right, all of this gets blocked in. So I'm going to show you something. When you're doing an object in deep shadow and it comes into the light, it's not really super abrupt. All right, it's kind of, you got a feathered thing going on here. Block it in. Get it fairly solid. I got some thicker paint there. Block some of that in there. All right, I'm looking, checking things out here. Okay. Steelers are out, huh? Let's get an even smaller brush. I'll use this guy. This little tiny, insignificant little 1/4-inch fella right there. I'll pull it back a little bit. You guys can see it. That little guy. All right. Let's go back into our black. And we're going to do rock texture with this, but we're going to feather it. Let's start over here. We're going to come and we're going to do little, okay, here. Get it pretty tight here. Now you're gonna really see how we start to feather. You can, whatever path and pattern you want for your rock. Now you can do it like that. Okay, and what you're doing, you're adding these little touches to those corners, to those edges, fading them out, and you can go in little directional paths, whatever way you want your rock to look. Okay, if you want like a little crack in the rock right in here, just go a little darker, and then you kind of feather them out like so. Whatever direction you want your rock to be in. Little taps. Okay, we'll come here for one, right in here, like that. And you can, once again, you tap little patterns to give those little roundness into the rocks. I'll do it with this first. And I'll show you what I'll do with a strip liner. Let's go over here. Let's come here. And as you get further away from it, you make them a little more sporadic. Let's add one here. And little tips there. Like that. We'll bring one here. You can't really tell about any types of planes or anything yet, but there will be some. And I'll show you. As I'm checking it out, I'm still looking at it here and there. This really, let's put some little cracks in there and whatever. Let's get some water, go back into our black, we got a strip liner brush. Let's come here and we'll add a nice little crevice. We'll add a little crack in the rock right there. This is how you separate your rock. Right here, like that. Bring some in here. Bring one down there like so. Now you're starting to separate your rocks. See this? Whatever you want. Look at this right here. Okay, now you just have it come there. You can vary your line weight. You can have one come here, splinter off, go that way. They don't necessarily have to connect. Got one going that way. All right. You can, a couple of dots and a little line here and there, vary your line weight on a few of them. Okay. You can accentuate a deep crevice in a rock by making a thick line into what you've already done. Like say over here, right here. You can take this and put a little crease in it right there and then bring it down. You make all sorts of grooves. Have fun with it, make a game with it. All right. Much like what you see here. Okay. The Steelers are out. Heave ho! They're gone. Heave ho! Let's take it doesn't matter. I'm trying to get a nice ratty little brush that isn't too wide. It's all right. I'll take this one. Remember this brush? Remember the one I gave a crew cut to? Remember this guy? I'll put it right here. You guys can see it. You see that? Remember him? I gave him a crew cut. We use him. All right. Waterfall. Let's go here. Let's put it right here. Slight touch of blue in there, like that. Let's brighten that up a little bit. We're gonna go into this brown, blue brown. We'll put it in there like that. All right. Okay. Get a little water. Let's make it a little loose there. Okay. Let's go over here. You're gonna come out, bring it downward. Come out, bring it down. Much like that. Bring it straight down. Let it break up a little bit. Just like so. All right. You don't have to make it overly dramatic. Come out, bring it down. Just like that. No more, no less than what you see right there. Okay. That already lets you know, waterfall, instantly. All right. See how quick that was? Let's go back into our little tiny brush. We'll do it with this brush. It's all right. Let's curve out the curvature of some of these rocks here in a circular motion. Get some of the shading in there. Get that curve going and put little bits of whatever down there. Just like that. It gets a little dark in between these little gaps there. And you do it again. Just like this. Come over here, do some here. And right where you see some of that green, just make little gaps in there. Come over here, add some in here. And you're shading really from the bottom. All right. Come here. You see what it's starting to look like. Come over here, add a nice size one here. It's a bigger rock right here on the bottom, right there. Get a little more black. Pop one in here like this. One here, down in here. Come up around here. We got one in here. All in here in the bottom, you can make it pretty dark. All in here. Kind of shadow them a little bit. Pop one in here. Now, if this brush is even a little too large for what you want to do, you can go to your script liner brush if you feel you have to. Nothing wrong with that. Right here. In here. Okay. I'm going to get my script liner. And those little bits and pieces, those little crevices in there. Those little gaps. Fill them in. All in here. Just fill them right in. They're going to still look like boulders and rocks. Fill in those gaps. Let the brown show through. Just like that. If you're unsatisfied, if you don't be so discouraged, keep going. Keep going. Okay. Once again, I'm using a series of brushes that are in good relation to the paper. So you're going to get pretty much a more detailed painting. All right. We're pretty close to almost getting there, being done. We don't have much more to go, to be honest with you. We're going to do something special with this a little bit later, but let's continue on with these guys over here. Let's go and gather ourselves. Let's get with that insignificant brush again. that small fella. Well, before I do that, let's go to a 1/2 inch brush for a second. Let's get some white. I'll probably see if I can get away with using contaminating that blue, if that's enough. I'm hoping that it is. I think that will be good. Now that I've got my brush coated with it, I'm gonna wipe most of it off. Watch this. Remember, believe it or not, with all this green, it's a snow scene. Yeah, I know. Okay, we're gonna come here and we're gonna coat the rocks with snow. But I'm going to be very careful in doing it, because remember, we got those creases in the rocks, right? Have the rocks we're gonna have the snow coat on the surface where we know it'll grab. Like so. So some of it will only come on the top heavily. It won't coat everyone. Like that. Still keep some of that darkness in there. I'm gonna work the other half over here. Let's get the at least get the edge kind of strong there. Okay, then I'll flip it around and we'll let the paint break a little bit. A little strong on this boulder. Let the paint break off the brush. Now, the texture of the watercolor paper helps a lot too. To get the illusion going, let's get it a little stronger here up top. All right. Up top, pretty strong where the snow's really piling at there. As you go further down, it can break up a little bit. That. I don't have much left. It doesn't matter at this point. Okay. I found my rather insignificant 1/4 inch brush. And there you are. Let's get a little touch of white. We're going to contaminate it with the blue. A small amount of blue. We'll contaminate it there. Get some more white. Brighten it back up a bit. So brighten that up a little bit more. I just use more white. Wipe a lot of it off, which is kind of an oxymoron, but it is what it is. Come here. And you coat these rocks. Don't get rid of all the brown though. Just like this. Maybe some of it trails and goes onto another rock like that. You got some on the other side. Maybe one trails and meets over here. Nice little pile like that. Okay, make some of them connect, not all of them. Make a few connect. Then you make another separation here. Let's have these connect right here. See that? So you make a nice little snow pile right there. Then you bring a few more here. We'll wisp a few things here, like that. All right. Hello, Kelly. How are you? All right. We'll keep the insignificant one there. Let us do a little something with this. Okay, we do have our green here. I'm debating whether I should really keep the green or keep it dark down here. So let's try something out. Let's take our 1/2 inch brush. We're going to take a bit of white, the small bit of brown in that white, like this. Okay, a little bit of blue in there. All right, so we're going to work this first. Let's get some water, put it in there. We'll block it in, and then we'll work from there. All right, so up around in this area here, all up in here, we'll ice it up right in here. Come out here like this. And we're going to, see those striations there? Get those striations to meet in there like this. Now, here's the key, guys, to making this work. You have to keep the striations flat. Keep them flat as best you can. Even if I decided to work here, these striations like this, let's work it here. Let's go in now. This is all heavy stuff in here. We're going to come out this way for a second, and then we're going to go back in, because I want to try something first. Once again, let's see if we can keep the green. If we can get away with it, then we'll keep the green. A little water. Once again, I'm going to try this out and keep the green. You don't necessarily always have to do it's good for you to try to at least try it out. Okay. Remember, keep the striations straight. I'll stop here for a minute. Let's have it go out here, at least this far. We'll stop right here. And I'll look at it for a second. I'm gonna get some more of this white blue mix here. A little touch of brown in that will grade up a bit. Now this is a little darker, and that's fine. We'll continue with our straight stuff right in here. Go right to the bottom of the page. We'll keep it straight like that. But this is the darker stuff here. A little water. look at my screen to make sure that I'm not covering all of this. Now, in order for me to make sure that this is at least looking okay for me to do this, I'm gonna add, to make it look like ice, I'll add some black down below on the chunks of ice here. And it gives it a little bit of, once again, a little bit of height, a little bit of depth in this. Okay. So we'll see. I'll let you guys be the judge and see if we'll keep it or not. Okay. So before I build up any of this little ice flow there, let's take yonder skinny brush, script liner brush. We're going to add a slight touch of black to the ice flow. A thin, see this? And try not to go too thick like I just did there. But even if I did, it's all right. Make it pronounced. Use the tip of the brush. I'm thinking I'll let you guys decide for me as I'm doing this. Should I keep it? Should I not keep it? Right up under here, even the blue. Right up under there. And so I can build up on that, but should I keep the ice flow straight as regards to the horizon? Yes. You can't make your ice flow tilt. Okay. So keep your water line, keep all that straight. Yeah, that's what I meant. Yes. All right, I'll keep it icy, and I'll let the green remain, because you know you got all this green up here, so it'll still work. Gotcha. Thank you. I'll still use the flat brush. It's easier. Let's go with our white. I still want to contaminate it with blue. I don't want to go totally white. We'll save that for the snow. We'll come here, side of the brush. And we get our little icy bits in there. And it's just little bits of snowpack there. Don't destroy everything. Once again, it's really the texture of the paper that's helped selling this. All right. It's not totally white. It's just a really light blue. But because it's lighter than what we're painting on, it's going to appear white until we really see what the pure titanium white looks like. Come here, do the same thing. And just let it skip and bounce and wear away. Wherever you want the massive amount of snow, you put it there. But everything else just breaks. And it gives you the impression of a snowpack. Now, I'm showing you these little tips and tricks with the allotted time that I really have, because I really don't want to be too long with these. I'm pretty much long enough. Okay. But if you were doing this at home, you get all the time in the world according to your schedule. You make it as detailed as you want it to be. And once again, you build up to as much thick snow as you want. All depends. That's really on you. How thick you want the ice, how much ice you want. Once again, this is contaminated with blue, so it's not as white as you would think it to be. A lot of it's going to be definitely up here by these rocks. Okay. Pop a little bit of that love in there. Okay. Shoot the love. All right. Something like that. Larry, how you doing, Larry? Okay, Larry. I went and bought me a brand new computer. I've become one of the HSN crowd, so I guess that means I'm officially old. I'm pretty sure it'll be here in the next, who knows, sometime next week probably. Who knows? I don't know how long they ship. It's my first time ordering from them. But it'll definitely keep up with what I'm doing. So I'll be retiring the dinosaur. It's kept me, what is this thing? It's a Pavilion 7? Something like that. Yeah. It's kept me, afloat for a while. So, and I really don't need it. It's got USB ports, and it does have one on each side, but I think it's also powered by USB-C and all that stuff. I'll check it out when it comes in. And then I got I bought a dual monitor. It attaches to the book. It's you slip it on and you pull it out, and the two screens are on the side, so you got 3 screens. So we'll see how that works out. That should be coming probably sometime either later on this week or, yeah, I think it's later on this week. It'll be coming in. All right, guys, we're almost done here. Now, you don't really think I'm just gonna leave all this here all by its lonesome? Oh no, this is probably one of the few times I may use a knife here. Let's get rid of. We don't need a lot of this for the last part of the painting, so we can scrape this up. So we're almost at the end, guys. Get a lot of that up and out of here. And of course, this is nothing but a paint scraper. But as you see, it works wonderful. And of course, I got the towel on my lap to get rid of the extra garbage. All right. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, at least that I know of right now. 2 that I use actively, but I got 2 big ones on the floor because it's hardwood floor, and I'm a painter. I put crap on the floor. So, but yeah. Okay. We're going to add a little bit of, you guys know what this is all about, that thin layer of paint there. Okay, all up in here, we'll add our little, keep it horizontal if you can. Make it at least look like there's some water going on there. Okay. Here and there, go past over here. Little bits of action here. Just like that. Come out here. Don't go on the ice, just the water, even though it's green. It's still water anyway. Like that. Come out here. Give it a couple taps in here, little small ones. All in that dark in there. Okay, just like that. That's all you need. You don't need it on the ice, but you do need it to represent the water. All right, I'm gonna show you something that I did not. I tried to show in one of the earlier videos, but then it acted, something. It just acted up on me. Okay. This I thought would be fun to show you guys this because if you guys want to try this yourselves, okay. Here, let's move the camera over here for a sec. Okay, right there. This will work. I'm gonna show you something. All right, so we use the blue tape. Sorry. Okay, real scientific. Take the blue tape and you tear it. Just tear it, whatever. All right, now you got two, right? Of course you do. Here, let's put one. Oh, who knows, right about here. Actually, let's go this way. Let's have them come this way. This is why I did not add glycerin to my painting. Because of this. All right, let's add one. And we'll curve it this way. That looks like a nice one right there. All right, what is this? That's gonna be a tree right there. Isn't that neat? Let's take a we'll just take a 1/2-inch brush. Let's go into our white. We'll put it right here. Let's go to a little stitch of blue in there. We'll do one of these numbers. All right. We'll come right here, right about in here. Okay. And just block it in. Just like that. Block it right in. Just like that. Let's take some stronger blue. We'll put it right here. Who knows where we would want the light source. Well, the light source is going to have to come up from over here, so it's going to be blue over here. So your darker side will come around in here somewhere. Just like that. And we'll just keep rubbing away at it. Okay. That's fine. Let's take some white. We're just going on the edge right here. It's kind of a guess. You wipe the brush and you just blend it all in. Doesn't matter at this time. Just like that. Okay? Of course, okay. All right. Anyway, that's one down. How effective is this? Well, let's peel off the tape and see. Just be easy. Peel it off real easy. Like that. Let's place that over here. Look at that tree. Isn't that neat? Isn't that kind of cool? You can flip it in the other direction. And we'll start it from here. Okay. All right. Take it, flip it, if you want. That's fine. Let's go through the process again. Oh, let's take some white, get a little bluish. Okay. And we'll put it, we'll maybe we'll come here like this. I'll take my finger. We'll just kind of fade it like that. I'll color it in there. Right at the top there. I'll just something like that. Put it in there like this. Okay. A little touch of blue-ish. We'll put it right up in this corner, right in here. Something like that. And I'll just kind of either finger rub it in there like this. Who knows? Let's put it in there. All right. Oh, let's get some sort of bleached white, and we'll come over here on the other side right here. And mark it up right in here somewhere. Just gonna make it a little stronger there. You can smudge it and blend it in a wee bit like that. All right. And once again, peel it away. Take this one, peel it away. Be careful. Now, this blue tape is not high stick, so this is good for something like that. But look what you have already. Isn't that cool? Huh? Is that nice? I think it's pretty hot. I think so. Okay, before we go on, let's this over here. Let's bring this. If I can do it, let's bring it up here. We'll center it a little bit better. All right, we're real close to calling this quits, but thank you for hanging around. I do appreciate it. Remember I told you about this little spot in here? Okay, I know you remember. You remember me telling you about this spot. Let's get something cool going. I ripped the spot. And that's you know, that will happen. See that little spot right there? I ripped it. But that's okay. If you got yourself a little rip like that, you know, you can just turn it into snow. It's all right. Put it in there. There. Rip hidden. It's all right. Okay, let's move on. See how easy you can get rid of mistakes. All right. For those of you who are a little unsure, let's do something like this. Oh. We'll start it from here, maybe. Take a 1/2 inch brush. Let's take a little bit of white. We'll put it right here. Small hint of green in that white. Very lightly. Very lightly. We can come from here, or you can make it disappear from somewhere else. But very lightly, very light, wisp it very lightly. Doesn't look like I'm doing much, but I am. You can't see it yet, but you will. Very lightly, very lightly. Don't look like much, but it is. Peel it off. Like this way. There, you got yourself a little ray sneaking through there. See that? Okay. Doesn't matter how very light. Doesn't matter where you do it from. You can do it like halfway. You come here, okay. You have it flare out, maybe a little bit past the tape, like this. It's gonna hit somewhere. It doesn't really have to come from a specific point. You can just have it like pop out of nowhere, but you know the direction it's coming from. You see. like that. You got me? Of course you do. Of course you got me. Of course you do. Once again, this is like very low stick tape, so you can get away with a little bit of this or a lot of bit of this. Like that. It's more of a scumble, it's like a dry brush. And I'm doing it very light. I can get away with it. Very light. Okay. I can bring it down past the tape. It's all right. Like this. And then you just peel it away. Like so. Okay. Let's do another one. Let's do one. We'll do it slightly upward. We'll do it over here. Why the heck not? And since this is directional, so I don't really have to go right from the base. It can be somewhere here going out that way, and we're gonna do it that way. A little touch of white. Once again, a very dry brush type of thing. You don't have to have it come here. You can just have it come here and go outward. Just like that. Just go past. If you wanted to go past the tree, have it go past the tree. Just have it go past the tree. It's all right. But it's not coming from any specific point now. Doesn't have to be. Just like that. All right. Okie dokie then. We'll do it right from here. Right, one kind of. He's like the leaning tower of Pisa. Yeah, he's about to fall over. So let's bring it back up here. Well, we're almost at the tip. It's really not really that important to do it, but it's like right there. No big deal. All right. Let's get some white. We'll put it right here. Yeah, we'll contaminate it with that little bit of blue. That's fine, just like that. All right, we'll get a little water, loosen it up. Let's see if we can get this in one shot. Right about in here. See if I can get away with it. Nah, it's too weak. But it's all right. It's all right. Just get some more. Much more. Really put it in there. A little bit of water. Now let's try that. Yeah, it's a little better. Get in there. Get in there. Cover all the little crevices up there. Interesting little method. You can try this with obviously much larger trees. You can. Actually, just bring him up front. Let's put him right there by the rock. Like that. All right. Okay. Let's get a slight touch of blue in there. Get a little water. And we'll shade that. We'll bring that one corner like that. All right. We'll go in with the rest of our little white. Run on one side there. Particularly since we know where the light source is coming from, and we'll fade it like that. All right. You're buffering again. Is anybody else? Anybody else buffering? I don't think, because everything seems to be working kind of all right here. Let me see. Yeah, everything should be working pretty good. Anybody else buffering? All right. Thank you, Mo. Okay. Okay. Oh man. Oh Fatima, I got a little while, literally only a few minutes. So if you can come back out, come back in, maybe it'll stop for you. One could hope. I'm just gonna take some straight black now. Get some water. And let's put some haphazard looking birch patterns in there. Pop them in there like that, a couple of dots. Round them off a little bit. Run them in here. Let's have a little fun with them. Like that. Oh, Lordy. Yeah, I snuck my initials in there. They're in there already. Right there. Surefire way to paint birch trees, right? Or any other tree. It's birch. I've seen it done with birch trees, so I mean, I think it looks great. I knew you could do this years ago. I just never thought about doing it because I haven't painted many scenes that kind of involve birch trees, and even if I did other trees, it just didn't register. Get out of there. Behave yourself. Sometimes you get a rebellious, disobedient brush that does what it wants to do. So you have to smack it into shape. Every once in a while, it could be the brush holder that to smack it into shape too. But once again, this is a technique and an idea for you. You know, maybe it can help you out. Sometimes I see techniques done by other artists, and maybe they explain them kind of crazy. I'm like, well, I can do that. I can explain it maybe a little bit better where they can understand what the hell you're doing. And so I'll try that too. You know, so it's not like I'm swiping anything from them or whatever. It's just sometimes you might be able to explain it with a little more clarity than they would. Okay. See, that makes it go back further from the rocks. This one's like almost planted on the rock. That one comes back a bit. That one also. Well, since we have this brush and we got this black, so I might as well, add some branches in there. Why the hell not? And customarily, their branches are usually black, so that saves on a lot of headache. All right. Oh, let's have one aimed downward. I'm always got them going up. Let's put something coming down like that. All right, and there. Jeez. Sometimes I mean, my brush is all scared looking. Come down here like that. All right. We're almost out of here. I appreciate you guys sticking around. Yeah, that's good enough. That's good. Whenever you do something, stop, look at it. If you feel it's all right, leave it be. Move on. Leave it be. Just, don't push your luck. This fellow's angled downward, so his branch is like, and this poor guy, he's got equilibrium issues or something. His branches are kind of, they will thicken him up here. They will thin him out. Like that. That one comes out of the frame, it comes back into the frame like that. All right. Once again, make it interesting, This one here, he just got tired. He's all broke up, man, like that. Keep it cool, keep it interesting, keep it all right. I have a blue and white fish on my pen. Oh yeah, it does look like a king salmon, don't it? Yeah. Oh, here we go again with the Rorschach test. Who's that? It's time for you to go to bed. Who is it? Who did it? Who did it? Figured. Sonya. Listen, leave the king salmon alone. All right. Well, guys, let's pull back a little bit. Let's see what the heck we got. Oh, come here. There. Let's make this disappear. Anyway, that's what she looks like, guys. And you know what I'm going to do. I think we're good right about there with it. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I think you guys are holding secret pools to see if this camera will flop again. Go to hell. All right. We'll look at it with a brown frame. All right. So, you be the judge. Let me know what you think. Oh, we're not done yet. That's right. We got one more thing to do. But anyway, let me throw the frame out anyway before we go to the other one. I forgot that one last bit, and then we're out of here. I forgot to put the snow in, the snowflakes, and we'll put them in. I mean, that's the general purpose of why these rocks are shaded the way they are. Well, here's what it looks like here with a black frame. Okay. Okay. All right, last bit. We'll fan brush it. Man, let me get some plastic or something to cover up. I'm not gonna know what you guys are saying. Here, hold on. I don't want to mark my tablets today, so we'll do it this way. All right, I'll use the bigger one for this. When I'm done, then I'll peel them off of there. I thought I had another one. I'll use the paper towels. All right. We'll just cover this guy. You're not gonna stay. I need some tape. There. All right, let's get a little bit of white. And let's commence to popping some snowflakes in here. And here we go. I'll pull up further away instead of being up close. I'll pull further away, spreads them out a little more random. Okay, and there we go. See this? Just like that, the bigger flakes. And as you can see, now you know what true titanium white looks like compared to all of what was represented as white. Okay, which is why I painted what's supposed to be white a little off blue, off gray color. Okay, and making the flakes deliberately larger. You follow me? All right. So once again, there's a method to my madness. Don't judge me. Leave me alone. I can't see what you're saying anyway because I got you covered with towels and stuff. That's really about it. I just needed larger snowflakes. Whew. All right. Let's peel this thing off of there. Oh, I can take the towel off now. See if you guys are laughing at me. Oh, man. Actually, I can just peel this back. That's cool. All right. Sonya. Oh, boy. She forever has a plan. You have to watch Sonya, man. I'm glad I'm on her good side. She's dangerous. Alrighty. Just be careful peeling your tape off. When you do your art, and if you use tape like I do, peel your tape. You give it a slight pull, but you peel it and go opposite to your art. If not, you're headed down the wrong road on Hurt Lane. So, all right, there should be snow with a whole bunch of green and mist. Okay, so now you see how all of it kind of comes together. All right, nothing's in the way of anything really. All right, the black gives you a little bit of depth to where the rest of the trees and all the other greenery is. You still got little bits of trunks that let you know that there's something large back there also. You got one tree that's like right up front, you can tell, but the other one's a little further back with the black surrounding it. Okay, and you know what type of trees they are. All right, you got your little snow-covered boulders and little rocks up in here. My waterfall is not as bright. I could get it there a little bit. I guess I could brighten them up a tad. Gee, I guess I can give them a little bit of love out there. Make them a little brighter. All right. And you can always come back and do this to make them brighter. All right, there's no rule saying you can't. Yes, you can. Okay. There. Okay. All right. I don't think I have to do much more than that. But there you go, guys. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Did I give you the finger? I would never give you guys the finger. I would never do this to you. Ever. You have my word. See what you guys made me do. I can't use the flip Wilson line. The devil made me do it. I can say the Sonya made me do it. Okay, enough of me acting like an idiot before they boot me off here permanently. Thank you guys. I appreciate you. Hey, Maryland. A few of you guys popped in here. I shall see you when I see you. Man, I was Mr. Mom today. I did the housework, did the dinner, fed the pets, and, taking her out in the middle of my stream. Yeah. My Bills won, so I really don't have to watch any other football game, even though I'm looking at whoever the hell right now. It looks like the Eagles and the Giants. I might keep it on there. Why not? Or I might pop in a Blu-ray. Who knows? So, you guys take care. I'll see you when I see you. Potty finger. Whatever. I don't know who's coming on Sunday nights. I know Bruce did a real quick one this morning. And I don't know if Sonya's coming on later on. So, Lions need to win and the Seahawks need to lose. Yeah. We shall see. Not today, okay. All right. Art McNally, dead. I think it's coach, isn't it? I believe he is. All right, I'm done. You guys take it easy. Thank you for watching. Hit the thumbs up or thumbs down button. Leave a comment if you would like. You know where this is going to be. Take a good picture of it. It'll be up on Facebook. It'll be up on YouTube. You know, I don't think I've ever seen a Larry stream. I don't believe I have. So it'd be interesting to know if Larry's on or not. Yes, I did do an acrylic pour. I know you guys seen the wet and dry pictures of it. It's still got to dry a little longer. And then I'll varnish it, and then I'll put a scene on it, which is what I usually do with my pours, depending on what they look like. And yes, those the colors that are there have been sitting in my bottles for years, and I just stirred them up and used what was left of all of them. And what you see posted on my Facebook page, that's what's the outcome of it. It was a swipe pour, so it came out pretty neat. So we'll see, probably tomorrow afternoon. It should be totally 100% dry, and I'll varnish it and then see what I can come up with it. So I shall see y'all when I see you. Thank you very much, and take care. Bye-bye. And of course, that's the wrong one. I did not want that one. But it's all right.